the Eagles at the Rams, Sunday Night Football. The Rams are 3-point underdogs at home. Weird, another home dog. But this is, if you want to look at like one matchup thing, it's Rams defensive line versus Eagles offensive line. You got the young Rams defense. Everyone looks at the pressure rates and goes, "Oh, they're really good, right?" But they are good. But some of that scheme stuff and all the movement stuff that they do. Eagles offensive line, so one of the strengths in the entire NFL. But narrative wise, we got Rams offense with Sean McVay against the Boogeyman. We got Vic Fangio and the Eagles defense. This was the beginning of the end of Jared Goff as a Ram. This was the beginning of the end of that first iteration of that Rams offense back in 2018. Everything you see the Rams do right now in 2024, their main methods of attack. So we got more 2 tight ends now. They got a trade for Stafford. They got more gap scheme runs, is because of Vic Fangio.
I forgot about that
6 years ago now.
Everything they beat their ass in that game.
Whooped them. It was like embarrassing. Like they couldn't even complete a pass.
Khalil Mack went crazy that game too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, that's a game that just was one of those random regular season games that's like always gonna be burning my brain. Because it was a Sunday night or Monday night game too, I think. But that is. People only pay attention to the island games. But really though, everything that the Rams have shifted and used and now they're running more counter stuff now is because that they got all their zone stuff, all their boot stuff, all the stuff, their staples of this offense. Fangio just took it and threw it out and said, "Hey, what else you got? Like, all right, do you have a quarterback that can beat us? No. Do you have other runs that you can get to that can beat us? No." That McVay has had to evolve, and it's just been year by year, changing personnel. So really, I just want to watch this. Like, I just want to watch this part. I don't know if it's part duh. I think they've matched up maybe once or twice since then, but this really feels like a pristine Eagles defense that runs a Fangio defense all the way and still does that 6-1 front that we heard so much about. Still does versions of it. They did it last week on Thursday night.
6-1. Oh, man.
6-1.
The 6-1 memes after the Super Bowl.
6-1, man. But this is Fangio. This is a guy that runs it. He did it last week against the Commanders to take him out of some stuff, a version of it. Now you got the Rams who have new pitches to throw at it. It's a true strength on strength. This Rams offense can cook anybody. It's set Patriots beat writers into a tailspin this week. This is a very good offense versus a very good defense. Really, I would say 2 top 5 units, however you parse it. So yeah, can't wait to watch that matchup.
Last thing I have, I just looked up the Jared Goff's box score from that game. 20 for 44, 180 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 sacks for 25 yards lost, and 11.1 QBR for the day.
11.1 QBR.
Yeah.
47 QBR is like
back.
percent of a chance that your team can win, right? Isn't that like how
basically, yeah. QBR is like, if we put this performance on an average NFL team, you would win X percent amount of the time. Yeah.
That's what I thought. So yeah.
So yeah, if our quarterback threw for 180 yards and 47 dropbacks and 4 picks, we'd be lucky to win 10% of the time. You're right. Yeah.
That's it. And that's what that game, I mean, they snuffed them. They just couldn't do anything in that game. So yeah, I'm sure McVay is that, has that in the back of his mind. I mean, he's a guy that seems, with the self-awareness and self-scouting of all that. So and like I said, this Eagles defense rocks and it's set a lot of strengths, and their strengths match the Rams' strengths. Cooper DeJean in the slot against whoever wants to go in the slot. Cooper versus Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua and all that. So yeah, really, really cool matchup. I'm pretty excited to watch.